So Roger, Jonas, what's up, brother? Goody boy, what's up? I don't trade pre-market now. Yo, Glitz, he ate today the trade. Yeah, I'll be trading today. Funded, if it warms. I have my fundeds open. What's up, Yoshi? Appreciate you. I just heard you. I just heard you speak and tripped out. I didn't know this was open. Oh shit. We'll cover the game plan and stuff. No worries. Your buys today? We'll cover it at 9:25 bias and game plan and everything, bro. Don't worry. It's good, Raj. Everything's good, bro. Good morning, Dean. Jojo, what's up, brother? Elian, what's up, brother? MFC, what's up, brother? Let's go 5 why is PA so bad? Not much has happened. Chart colors, please. The main one you want is just green. Everything else is black. We'll cover buys, don't worry. Bro, that's crazy. A crazy question. We'll cover buys, don't worry. Got the fundeds open. Yeah, this one, that one. Got you, bro. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday to you as well. It does look like a lot of smooth lows. Morning's great, brother. Appreciate you. You only need $60 for a payout, brother. You better risk $60 for one risk to reward, or like $30 for 2R. Literally, just take a micro for 2R or something. Today I just had protein cereal. I'll be honest, I'm still hungry though. Alpha Futures payout came through. Less than 24 hours as usual. We took one yesterday. They paid us in the middle of the night. Only on one account though. The other ones were going for a big payout. How much can you make? What? How much can I make what? Want to know what's champions breakfast? I'm almost always. I mean, for me, I always for I mean, I had like two breakfasts really. Did Apex approve? I'm not sure yet. Let me check. We'll cover the game plan in 5 minutes. I think Apex is a little bit slower, but maybe not. The giveaway is going to be the whole month of August. I know that's quite a lot, but I have to give people time to, like, usually I get a small breakfast, yeah, before market open, and then a real breakfast after. I try to. I don't get that in every day, but I try to. That was like best case scenario. But usually I either eat cereal or like a small sandwich, just like a, not a small sandwich, but like a regular sandwich, um, right before market open. What's good, Toppy? I think you have 1 month to activate. Wait, 2 chains. What is your risk management strategy on prop firms? How much can you make with 550? Dang, you can make too much. If you had 500, if you had 550Ks, I wouldn't risk 300 or 500. That's a lot. But how much would you make? Bro, you do the math. Depends on your win rate, depends on your risk to reward. Uh, do, do, do. Apex is still pending. Still pending. So we'll see. Highest bearish under last Friday low is possible. What do you think? I think it's possible. But we'll talk about my game plan. How many W this week? I don't remember. No, I don't think Apex will deny it. It's only a payout on one account. Apex doesn't deny payouts as long as you follow the rules. You'll be fine. People have requested millions from Apex, bro. They make more than any other firm. It denied because of rules. I mean, I don't know what I could have done wrong, but then I gotta go back. I gotta make some more and request again. You're playing the prop firm game. You gotta follow their rules. You know, I don't think I broke any rules. I traded pretty much consistently. It should be fine. I trade the PO3. How much do you risk on XFAs? 0.25%. Hey, Gatie, can you drop a quick to-dos to check before market open? Yeah, although I do have a full video on that. I'd probably recommend watching that. It's called my Gems PO3 system because it's a part of my system. What's your Gatie hope is all about? Did you catch the first nasty short yesterday? It was only 5 macros, but did I catch a short yesterday? I think yesterday was no trade. I think yesterday I wanted longs. How you manage the Apex on? You just gotta go 1 to 2 R, bro. Every trade was 1 to 2 R on Apex. I risked 200, or I risked like 200 to 250, and I looked at TP like 250 to 500 every time. How did you know not to trade yesterday? My model didn't form yesterday. I would have traded. Micro, yeah, I got you. Both closing rate 20. Is that for 50K? That's for an Apex 50K. On Alpha, I don't request that much. On Alpha, I mean, sorry, not my Alpha payout. On Alpha, I don't risk that much. I risk even less. Yeah, after safety, once I have the safety net, then you're chilling. Just go back to whatever you want. No break even or nearly taking. I don't take partials, but I do reduce my risk. I only trade on Nasdaq. You waiting for 10 news? I don't have to. What does your model consist of? How many confluences? Uh, Depends on the trade. I only have 4 steps in my model, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, we don't know what time Trump speaks yet. All right, boys, let's cover the game plan. Everyone listen up. A lot of people are probably bearish, and we may see a move towards all these. There's a lot of equal lows down here. There's a lot of equal lows. There's a lot of equal lows down here, and I definitely think those lows can be taken. Low of day, sell side, previous AM, previous day's low. ES, listen closely. ES has already taken all-time highs today. Nasdaq has not. So we have two scenarios. Two scenarios. Scenario number one: Nasdaq reverses and sees a very quick, aggressive move, six sister setup towards all-time highs. Basically, what that means is ES will take out its current all-time high. It'll get here, and then it'll start to consolidate. It's consolidating because it'll be distorting for Nasdaq, because Nasdaq's way further away. That's scenario number one. I actually favor this scenario because it's all-time high territory. It's not just like a regular buy-side tool, it's all-time highs. So I personally favor that scenario. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two, the SMT at all-time high stays, and this is your high of day in London, and we keep going down to previous day's low. That's a pretty probable scenario. So what am I going to do when I have two very likely scenarios of how the market's going to pan out? Very simple. I'm, one, not going to trade a reversal model until only one side is clear. Two, I'm going to only trade the protraction model because the protraction model usually means it's going to be way more clear on which direction it's going to go. And three, we're going to just align with the intraday order flow. Currently, order flow is bullish. We've swept out Asia low. We got the 15-minute CISD. We pumped. We retraced. And we're respecting discount of this range. So if this is low of day, we should respect this range. The only thing I don't like about this is these equal lows are freaking clean. Like this is classic, sell stops in this form of equal lows. But I do favor the long narrative, like I said. And the reason I favor the long narrative is simply the 1 minute rule. And the 1 minute rule states that if you can see all-time highs on the 1 minute charts, to be fair, I did say when it's in the middle, so you actually can't see it. But you can see it on ES. So the 1 minute rule, this is my own rule. And if you can see all-time highs on your chart, it's likely to get there than more likely to not. Or it's not necessarily more likely to get there, but you're better off just looking for setups in that direction. So that's my game plan. I want to try to align long. This is the real game plan. This is the final say. We're bullish, looking for a fast setup to all-time highs on Nasdaq. I think we have the volatility. But if we get really obvious bearish order flow, I will trade a protraction model to any of these sell-side objectives. Any of them. If we get here and we get another one, I'll take it. If we get here again, I'll take it. Until previous day's low. I wouldn't expect any lower than that. So that's the game plan. High probability longs until we get very clear bearish order flow that makes me change my bias. Why longs? Like I said, I think we get a six sister approach. I think we may not even get a setup. I think this is possibly going to rip all the way to all-time highs. Because that's what six sister approach is. Like Nasdaq's late behind ES, and they're supposed to move together. So that's how I see it. We'll see if we can find a setup at post 9:30 open. In terms of the economic calendar, we do have news at 10 a.m. It's not the most impactful news. I wouldn't mind holding through it, but usually my protocol is pretty simple. If we don't get a setup like right at 9:50 macro or before, just wait till news and then trade the 10 a.m. hour post news, right? So pretty simple game plan. For those of you who don't know, so I'm trying to go for a. Why is it getting so? Oh, this is 9:30. I was gonna say, it's so volatile right now, pre-market. Let's mark out the opening range gap. And I think we need to start making some of these lines like less. By the way, a really good scenario would be just take the sell side and then start to dump, right? I mean, start to reverse. I think that would be great. It may look like there's no opening range gap, but it's there. Closing price here. Opening price here. All right, so 9:30 opens. We dump immediately towards those sell side equal lows. That we talked about, right? Now this would not really qualify as a first presentation, but this, if we inverted this, I actually wouldn't mind going long. That's a fucking crazy stop loss, though. All right, let's see. This is really bearish order flow, but again, I mean, here, there's no way we can short. If we do get a protraction model, yeah, I would take it to previous stage low, but I don't think we'll get one. So we're just gonna watch this print. Another green day on Chipotle stock. Another green day on Amazon. Let's check the stock swing portfolio. So I have my Alpha Futures funded accounts open. Listen very closely so you guys know exactly how I'm going to be trading. Oh, wow. That's a nice conversion. So, number one, on my zero account, simply looking for a $200 winning day. As long as I get $200 winning day, should be very easy, hopefully. Now we can keep requesting payouts every single week of $1,500. Put that account aside. We have the 100K and 50K standard. On those accounts, we're going for a large payout. I've never really went for a, really large payout before. We may fail, and that's okay. But I do want to go for it. The reason I want to go for it is because, well, to be honest, I want to try to blow these accounts. That way I can get 3 of the same size accounts. I cannot get 300Ks right now or 350Ks. Haven't made up my mind on what's the best profitability wise, but I can't get 3 of the same accounts. So you can't even close an account. You have to literally blow it. Like, you have to literally blow it. So I don't have a choice. I either go for a big payout and blow it trying to by risking more, or I purposely just try to blow it, which is just kind of stupid. So yeah, that's the game plan. So we'll go for a big one. We may blow the accounts. We've already gotten multiple payouts on each of those accounts. So it's all chill. There's one of them's a 50K, one of them's a 100K. So on those accounts, I'm thinking, like, to be honest, risk like, yeah, 500 per trade, I think. 500 per trade, and look to add positions, like, you know, like, really try to run it up quick. Because, like, by the end of the month, by the end of August, I want to either blow these accounts or have a 10K payout. If I'm taking more than August, then I'm just wasting my time. I don't like going for large payouts because I don't want to do it for so long, and then if I don't reach it, I'm just wasting my time. You know? So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to do it quick. Order flow pretty bearish. We may get a protraction model here. I might actually short that to previous day's low. Stop above 50% of the wick is about as good as we can get. If we get that OB, I wouldn't mind. We'll see if we get the OB or not. If not, like I said, I do prefer to see the reversal. But if it's a protraction model to one of these objectives, I don't mind. Saying it was very high. It's not gonna be very high impact, but it is red folder. It is high impact. Not very high impact. High impact. What do you mean by large? Probably like 15, like 20K Canadian is what I'm aiming for. Would you mind posting your payout certificate? Which one? Alpha Futures? Yeah, I don't mind. I don't really like to flex payouts, but I don't mind. Um, I guess a screenshot would be best. Are you trading a 50K? I have one 50K zero, one 50K standard, and one 100K standard. And I can't copy trade any of them. How many accounts do you have? Tell me what is the best approach. On Apex, I only have 50Ks and I'm only going for 100Ks. I mean, what am I saying? On Apex, I only own 50Ks and I'm only gonna ever go for 50Ks on Apex. I don't need anything more on Apex. There's an SMT here, and we actually got the CISD. ES gave the CISD. 30, 60. ES didn't give the CISD actually, but NQ did. I'm gonna wait and see if ES closes above 942, then we might actually enter long. Sell side included taken, org low taken. And we start looking for the buy side objectives. Nah, still sloppy. It's still too sloppy. It's still too sloppy. No fair value gaps put in yet. Yeah, we'll probably wait for a first presentation in RTH. I'm a little bit cautious that this stays sideways. Alright, looks like we'll make another attempt at the low. Another attempt at the low. We could get a really nice breaker here. Person who said post the certificate, you can go look in the Alpha Discord. I always post it there because I want to show love. This would be a nice CISD, although we are really bearish right now. I still want to wait. We're probably going to get previous AM session low. We do have a first presentation in there. I would use this. We're going to quickly check out the mini. See if it has one there as well. Yes, there's a one. There's previous AM session low. We may go all the way down to previous day's low. It's possible. Fully up 1% today. Cool. Let's check our stock account. Okay, we're up 1% on the account. It's not bad. Pretty small position. So what I'm looking for now is reversal criteria. I want to target the AM high. I want to target the opening prices, London high. We're deep in discount, taking out sell side. Yes, we could run to previous day's low, but I still favor the all-time high narrative. I don't like that we didn't even manipulate above 930. This looks like a Judas swing to me. So we'll see. My contact's like bugging out. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the Discord later. While I'm trading, don't ask me questions because I'm focused on trading, not answering your questions. And I don't do this because I can't easily multitask. I can very easily multitask. But if I keep the chat open, one, we'll get too many questions. There's too many people. And two, I'll also have to read the troll messages. Where the people trying to tell me what to do when they think they know best. And it's just, that's too distracting. So if you have questions, you can ask me in the Discord. If you're also in the Discord, well, you don't have to be in the Discord, but we are doing a giveaway for a trading setup. Everything you see in this picture, I am giving away at the end of the month if you use my code for a reset or a rebuild or an Alpha Futures account purchase in August. So the last 2 weeks of August that have happened or going forward, message me on Discord and I will add you to this giveaway. And you can get a chance to win. It's going to be one person. We'll ship it to you. We've already done this giveaway before. Someone's won. They're very happy with the setup. You can verify with him. And we're going to do it again. So if you use my code, let me know. I will add you. Trading into first presentation. Take a look at the YM. Pretty similar scenario, although larger move up. If this was an order block, like you could short this to previous day's low. You are. Get a good fill. I did say I wouldn't mind doing this first presentation. Damn, bro. Never mind. Well, we're probably gonna go previous day's low, so we can watch it deliver there. See if it gets there. It will be an S&T there, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe not, but I would say pretty much for sure there's going to be an SMT at previous days low. So where's ES going to trade into? Previous AM session low. I mean, ES has previous PM session low around the same price point in terms of if ES sweeps previous PM session low, NQ previous day's low, we have the volatility because 10 a.m. news. We could get a reversal from previous day's low. It's possible. It has been primarily one-sided. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but heartache. I want it down. Getting closer and closer to news, yes. Best approach to trading Apex when you get a 50K funded. Risk low, aim for 1 to 2 R setups. Do that slowly over a period of like a month. And once you win enough trades, it might only take 2 weeks, but you have to get a buffer on the account. You're just going to forget about payout. You're going to go for a buffer. Activation fee does not have a... No, Zero Plan does not have an activation fee. Why is PA nice right now? I don't know. Draw liquidity strong. Liquidity. I don't know how to say that. I don't know what that is, bro. We are short the whole day, bro. Possible. I mean, if we just keep making lower lows, nothing we can really do. I won't be shorting this far down. You gotta love hesitating because 10 a.m. news. I mean, it's pretty early before 10 a.m. news, bro. I'm gonna be honest. If it was like a CPI number, okay, I'd understand, but it's just like the housing number or something, right? What are the downsides of the Zero Plan? The max payout's 1,500 and 40% consistency. Pretty simple. Pretty simple rules. There isn't really that much of a downside. Those are like very simple. Wasn't there two valid? Yeah, but the risk reward was not good. Like this is the one that I would have taken because it would have been really obvious to me. But like, just look at the fill. I'd have to, like, there would be no fill here. So you could argue this order block as well. Closing above the body. Like, you could use this order block. This is how I would do it, by the way. Off the OB. What is meant by 40%? 40% consistency means something very simple. When you go to request a payout, your best trading day cannot be more than 40% of your total profits. So if you made let's say $3,000 on the account, your best day cannot be 1,200, more than 1,200. On the advanced plan, all the activation fees are 150. Any account size, standard or advanced, it's 150. I don't personally enter off fair value gaps, but if that's a model for you, yeah. I'm just saying for me, there were two setups. This order block, which I would never take, and this one I also wouldn't take because there's not enough risk to reward to previous AM low. Yeah, alpha is 40%, not 30%. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You guys gotta just start using ChatGPT, bro. Like, it's gonna give you better answers than me. That's what I would do with Apex until I get a buffer. Yeah. Or just, yeah, use the website, I mean. What is ChatGPT? Oh, hell nah, bro. AI. Like, knows everything. What is what? Who's my best friend? Is it wise to cancel my evaluation to purchase a zero plan? What evaluation do you have? I use ChatGPT for everything, bro. Just make 2K on zero eval. Now it says I have to make 2100 because of 40% consistency. No, the eval is 50% consistency, so a little bit easier. But yes, you cannot. Wait, eval or funded? I thought you can. There's no consistency rule in the zero eval. You can. Are you sure it's a zero account, bro? I am trying to play reversal. When did you last go to the beach? Like 2 weeks ago. I'm on every social media. What do you think of the full porting to clear phase? If you have the money, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, there's no consistency rule on the zero eval. You can pass in one trade. If you can make more than 1.5k per trade in a 50k account. You can on a zero eval. I think that's what the person was talking about. Yeah, if we continue to sell off, I won't be a participant. What do I think about today's market condition? I think it's only been 22 minutes. We've been one-sided since. I did go to college. I actually have a degree. Why did price dump? Price does not, bro. If I ever hear that dumb shit, did price dump because of the SMT? No, bro. Price never dumps because of an SMT. SMT does not move price. I think the draw was just previous day's low. That's it. It was just a run on liquidity. I have a degree in exercise science. The reversal has begun. Take your longs. I don't think the reversal has begun. At least it hasn't been confirmed yet for me. Your price dump because of the 1 minute FEG. Price, guys, PD arrays do not move price. PD arrays do not move price. Guys, you're funny as fuck, bro. PD arrays is how you navigate price movement, not how price moves. Okay, price didn't move because it hit a freaking hourly breaker block. That's not why price moves, bro. Price was running on the liquidity from previous day's low. How do we navigate that? Retracements into imbalances, order blocks, the up close candles before the liquidity run. Price moves because I put the magnet on my top set 50k. You know what's funny about that? The funny part of that sentence is the fact that you said the top set 50k account there. Like just to price down because I put the move is done. Yeah, I mean I don't know what if we're going much lower than this. Just means we get the daily inversion, all-time highs probably set, and we start running toward that weekly imbalance. Which, hey, I actually like that narrative because it means I'll probably get to buy more stocks. But I'm talking about this weekly fair value gap. Did price dump because of the 1 minute SMT? That's what it was. I want to go long. This was going to be a little bit of a... This is an aggressive one. But I think I should be aggressive. Previous day's low, we got the SMT, we got the resweep. Pretty strong order block. It's aggressive. I like it. We'd have to hold through news. This just looks like a really red flag entry, if I'm being honest. We have an SMT. We got the daily order block again. Like, if we were going to reverse, it would literally be right now. Like, no, like this will be the low. If we make lower lows than this, I don't think we're gonna reverse. Because we would just be trading way too far down in that daily bullish order block. It really should not. I mean, maybe one lower low on the body. Anything more than that, it's probably not going to reverse. Let's give this an attempt. I'm going to give it an attempt. It's worth the risk. We're going to have to hold through news. Just got to make sure we don't close profits before news. Entering off the bullish order block, we swept previous day's low. We got the S&T at previous day's low. And we got the closure above 1 minute CISD. Really aggressive entry. But you know what? I want to be aggressive because I'm going for a large payout. We kind of have to go for these kind of trades that, you know, we can maybe profit 1,000, 2,000. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's already entered 4. It's fine. I should have entered 3 micros, but it's not a big deal because this account is still working towards its buffer. We're gonna have to hold through news. Oops. You're allowed to hold through news. Just make sure you don't click TP during news or 2 minutes after news. You can get stopped out. It's fine. Then obviously they're not going to deduct profits. So you're allowed to hold through news. Just make sure you do not. What's it called? Make sure you do not click TP. So just let it run. If it's 10 a.m. and it's like right there, your TP, just wait 2 more minutes. All right, we'll see if this fair value gap holds. The order block holds. Obviously, we are kind of relying on news being really volatile to the upside because I'm trusting this low. But like, I'm really happy with this trade because the risk reward is so good on this trade. Like, I'm really happy to take it. We kind of have to go for trades like this. I'm not gonna risk 500 to make, you know, 500 to 750. Like, I'm never gonna get. My goal is to get the large payout by the end of the month or blow my accounts. I'm not gonna do that by taking like 1 to 2 hour setups unless I double my risk. All I can ask for is if we get a protraction model, then I can scale my stop, make this a lot easier to hold. Because right now, obviously not a comfortable hold, but I've accepted the risk. Well, my contact is like bugging out. All right, news is in 1 minute. We're gonna have to hold through news. We may get wicked out. We'll see what happens. If you're not comfortable holding through news, I know some of you guys are copy trading. If you're not comfortable with the risk holding through news, do not hold. Close the trade right now. It's pretty much break even. You can close it right now before news if you're not comfortable holding. I'm comfortable holding. I don't know what's going to happen. Wait, I didn't even get stopped out. You guys want to see something funny? I didn't even get stopped out on alpha. Now we might, but just didn't hit our stop loss. That was a lot more volatile than I was expecting, to be honest. But we didn't get stopped out on alpha. The spread was in our favor. Woohoo. First. I guess to make this simple, I'll just simply re-enter on this account and put the stop at the low again, just so you guys can see. No, it's not bugged. It's just news volatility. This is what happens when you hold through news sometimes. Bro, my contact is like making my eye so irritated. No, alpha won't flag it. As long as I don't close within the next 1 minute, it's not, it's fine. It doesn't matter. If I were to close right now in profit, then they would wipe these profits from the account. If I close it in literally in 15 seconds or after, it's fine. Which obviously that's what I'm planning to do. I also make sure you can't enter. So I entered way before news, right? I entered at like, I don't know what I entered like a couple minutes ago or something. All right, so what now I'm looking for is a protraction model that would allow me to reduce my risk on this trade. Stops at 772 for now. I want to see this inverse. If this inverses, we should be good to go all the way. No, you cannot enter. This is an Apex account. Alpha is this. This is Alpha. This is Apex. On Alpha, I've been in this whole time. So a little bit of luck of the draw there, I'm not gonna lie. With the spread on the news, but I mean that was a part of it. Anticipated, planned. Not planned on the spread, but planned on how I was gonna go about it. My eye is like tripping. Apex stalked me, Alpha didn't. Yeah, I don't think the Project X data feed. I think it was just a Tradeovate thing. So if you entered on Tradeovate there, you got stopped. Fine, just re-enter. You got to deal with the Newswick, right? The idea is this is not hopefully, but I'm anticipating that this is potentially the low of the session. You don't want to try to pick bottoms, but I mean, we're gonna try to pick this bottom if I'm being honest. If we can get above this fair value gap, we should get a really nice trade. Decent twist to reward. We'll see. We're definitely making ways up. I will probably be quite aggressive. I mean, this is an Apex account. And remember, with Apex, what did we say? We don't want to be holding on trades for too long. So what I'll do is I'll partial 2 here. Are we up a little too much right now? Yeah, we'll have to just partial it out. Okay, I'm going to bring the stop to 794. See right here? 794. I'm just going to put it here so we can still see the ticks. And I'll take my first partial above this high. Boom. Right there. Very simple. So there's the first partial of the trade. The rest of it's running. The rest of the trade is running. If you want levels, I'll leave it like that for now. The rest of the trade is running. We took off half the position. My eye is actually tripping, bro. We got the inversion here. Now, I'd want to see 50% of this respected. In an ideal scenario. First presentation, obviously you want to see that get inverse. Look at ES. Remember I talked about six sister approach? We're kind of seeing that visually right now. ES not moving that much. It looks like ES is lagging, but it's actually not. The truth is NQ is just really behind. It's playing catch up, right? And that's another reason why I was happy with this trade. And like I said earlier, if Nasdaq was gonna move, it's gonna move very fast because it needs to play catch up. Remember the two scenarios I gave you guys at the beginning of stream. Scenario one, we aggressively dump and the S&T holds and we take out all the sell side objectives. Well, that happened. Scenario two was ES is gonna start chopping and Nasdaq's gonna start ripping because it's behind. It's called Sick Sister Approach. ICT teaches it on his YouTube channel. Now I don't know if this is actually going to play out, but you can obviously see that here. It looks like Nasdaq. It looks like ES is consolidating, and well, it is consolidating, but it looks like ES is lagging behind, but it's not. In fact, Nasdaq is still technically behind. Well, now in retrospect to the day, yeah, we're pretty much synced up. Look at the opening prices, pretty synced up. In terms of the higher time frame, let's talk about like say the daily chart. Nasdaq's like right here at the daily wick. Okay, so we're about syncing up right now actually, because previous day's low was taken on Nasdaq and now it's at 50% of the wick. Previous day's low, but ES is also, so now we're getting around sync, like we're pretty around similar in terms of where we can go. So ES might start moving soon. But we'll see. Again, we don't know if this is going to go higher or not. I mean, that's why we took a partial. Yeah, YM usually does its own thing. I heard Alpha denying activation of accounts because of a use of two different debit cards for activation fee. Really? That shouldn't be. I mean, they might just. Wait, hold on. When did I add contracts? Oh, fuck, I just realized something. I added contracts at 10:02. Hopefully they just wipe the profits from those added contracts. Wait, I don't even see the. Wait, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. Wait, I can't even find the trade executions here. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. I did buy. I think I bought it at like. We'll have to see. Might be a mistake. First presentation inverses. Now we're retracing. I can't find the trade. I want to go back and see when. Oh, 06/18. 08/15. Yeah, is he? Oh wait. It's not showing up as an execution. This is so weird. It's not saying I added positions. Oh wait, I entered at 10:02. I'm fine. I'm tripping. I entered after 10:02 because the 10:02. I entered on the 10:02 candle, right? So if I added position on this candle. This candle started at. Oh, so we're fine. I'm tripping anyways, bro. I'm tripping anyways. Yeah, I was gonna say it. No way I'm stupid. My stop should be right here at Toffee. 792.75. The only reason it's not there is because I want to show the ticks on the video. My stop should be at 792.75. This is where the stop loss should be. Right here. At the bottom of this candle. Realistically, I mean the body, I'm not going to view this as an order block, just the bottom of the fair value gap. You could even bring the stop up to here, 812.75. It covers the full inversion. But I made that mistake earlier this week. We got wicked out. I'm gonna wait for the next protraction model. We haven't formed any protraction model, so that's why my stop hasn't moved. Once we do get something like this, for example, then I can bring my stop there. That hasn't happened yet, so my stop is staying at the level it's supposed to be at. I'll just close it manually, Brez. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's 10 points. I mean, it's $10 or something. What's protraction model? It's just one of my models. You can look at the video on YouTube if you want to learn it. It's up to you. It's in the Gems PO3 playlist. My eye looks fucked up. I swear my eye looks fucked up too. We kind of predicted Nasdaq pumping and ES going sideways. This would be very satisfying if we can get TP, but obviously no expectations. If it doesn't reach, it doesn't reach. I think opening range gap high is a good level to aim for. You could even do it at 50% if you wanted. Now we can start grading. I don't think Top Step has that rule, no. Yeah, I know. I feel you, Robert. But realistically, it's a good thing, believe it or not. Although, obviously, it would be a good thing if we just pumped right to TP, but you should anticipate the consolidation here. And it usually means price will just continue. And then the next OB or fair value gap that forms can be used for re-entry, redistribution. Usually. Obviously, I prefer just go to TP. I don't have to even, think about it. I would be pretty confident that this is a reversal, though. I'm going to be honest. Obviously, we're inside a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. If you're uncomfortable holding, we'll take a partial. I think we leave the runner here, and then we take a partial at 50% org above this high. In fact, we'll just do so right now. So there you go. Another partial, and we'll leave the last one. We'll put this at 803, the bottom of that fair value gap. If we came back to 10 a.m. open, it's probably going to reverse. Oh, shit, I closed my alpha accounts. What am I doing? Do-do-do, do-do-do. I hear these voices loud and million miles. Got one contract running. 75% of the position is off. If you are trading the S&P 500, I am very sorry for you. Looks absolutely awful on the S&P. London high is a best case scenario. I may take the final profit right here at 9.3. You know what? Let's just bring it to 9.324 because I really see BA waiting that long. One tick below. If I had two contracts, I would do here in midnight. Take the lower hanging fruit always. This might be a protraction model. Nope. My eyes. Oh. So we're getting consolidation inside the lower portion of opening range gap and first presentation. This is funded accounts. Took this on all my funded. Antron, ES is that bad? Yo, you're actually a funny guy, guys. This guy said I entered on ES. Is that okay? Bro, if you entered on ES, man, what? There should be a rule to how long trade can go sideways before. That's freaking hilarious. Final TP is the pre-market high right before the dump. But we've already taken off 75% of the position. This is a runner. I think DDP wins, to be honest. After doing some research, I don't think Hamzat can last 5 rounds. If it gets there. I mean, Hamzat might win in 1 round. I don't fucking know. If Hamzat doesn't win in the first 2 rounds, DDP is going to win. Yeah, he could cook him in 1 or 2 rounds easy, but DDP is really, really good. I thought he wasn't. I thought also he didn't have a chance, but I think people who say Khamzat's gonna win absolutely no matter what, it's because they haven't watched a DDP fight. 75 point is fine. It depends how many contracts. Khamzat will murder. Yeah, the people who say that have not watched DDP fight. That's the only reason you're saying that. Don't lie. Most of you who are saying right now Khamzat's gonna win so easily have not even seen DDP fight. That's the only reason. I have seen Khamzat fight. You guys can't talk if you haven't seen DDP. You guys haven't. You guys haven't seen him. I do think Khamzat, if he wins, it'll be in round 1 or round 2. Khamzat. I'm not saying Khamzat's cardio is bad, but his cardio is not that good compared to DDP. Nah, you guys are tripping, bro. You guys are tripping, man. No, we didn't break rules on Alpha. You can hold through news. You're not allowed to close profits through news, before news, right after news. Khamzat gonna take him down one. I mean, for sure he'll take him down. That is true. That is possibly true. Khamzat cardio is nuts, bro. Wrestling takes up so much energy. His cardio is good compared to most people, but compared to the average UFC, it's not that good. I'm telling you, I hope the rounds go to like 4 or 5 rounds, so you guys can see when it's 4 or 5 rounds. I listen. I don't know who's gonna win, but this is my study. If it makes it to the 4th round, it's wraps. DDP is winning. Like I'm almost certain if it makes it to the 4th round. If Khamzat's gonna win, it's gonna be in round 1 or 2. If DDB can survive rounds 1 and 2, his chances of winning skyrocket. So if someone wants to place if I'm not gonna bet, but if someone wanted to place a bet, my only bet would be if it gets to round 3 or after, DDP wins. I would place that bet if someone wants to place that bet. Fine with you, Toffee? Alright, we'll do it, Toffee. I'm down. $1,000? Where did I enter? You can see the entry right here. I entered off the order block fair value gap. Shouldn't you mark the whole candle in the first presentation? No, just the gap. I don't think you can place that bet. Like, if it goes to round 3, then DDP wins. Like, it's something that... You prefer green or red candles? I think red. Red candles are the best, bro. Can I purposely lose money to meet consistency? No, you don't want to... Oh, if you made too much in one day? Yes. It goes by your best trading day. If you made too much. But yo, listen. Just make more. Wouldn't you rather just make more than lose? Oh, I guess it might be easier to just lose. Place it mid-fight? Oh, true. If it gets to round 3, just put DDP winning. It's not a bad idea. Oh, yeah, I would just lose 84 bucks. We just inverse a 4-hour bullish AFG. Ain't you stressing it stops you out? If it stops me out, it stops me out. I mean, one, the reason this is so easy to hold, I already have 75% of the position taken profit. So I don't really care. Especially because of that. But also if it stops me out, it stops me out, man. Yeah. What am I gonna do about it? I can't control it. Are you trading to Jackson? I will be. But if I start seeing those signatures, we may just be busting out evals, bro. Because I think next week can be very tough. I think next week could be very tough. Losing money on purpose while trading is hard. I don't know why. Yeah, but making money on purpose never works out. My contact is truly bugging. I could scale the stop here, but I really like where it is. So I'm just using my intuition to leave the last runner. I gotta re-put my contact in. Some of you guys think this is gonna be disgusting, but I mean, if we're getting close to that max payout, I'll tell you one thing: I'm not gonna be risking my not a max payout. Sorry, but I'm not gonna be risking like a large payout on Jackson Hole Symposium. Tell me you've been seeing these UFC edits though. Of course. Why do you put contacts? To see. What's your biggest and smallest payout? My smallest payout was $491 after split. So it was like 750. My biggest payout, I don't know if I want to share that. Why do you use a chair? What type of question is that, bro? DDP or Khamzat? I like Khamzat. I want him to win. In my professional opinion, which is not that good, if it gets to round 3, DDP will win. He'll find a way to win. Need a thumbnail design for your channel? What's the best way to contact you? You can email me, but if I'm being honest, I would probably only ever need you like here and there. Like I don't really need a designer. But if I ever just don't feel like making one, I could message you. Why do you have hair? Yeah, my fault. My fault, gang. I'm 22 years old. Why do you use a keyboard? Were you only one with one micro for the whole trade? No, no. I was not. We took partials. Why are you sitting like that? This are you wearing a shirt? Would smoke signals work? What does that mean? Oh, contact me? If it makes the OB, are you gonna move the SL? If I was trading a live account, yes. You know, here I'm actually gonna do it because here it's too good. This is too strong of an OB. So yes, I will. I was waiting for that retracement. And this one was a little bit too shallow. It's not something I can really teach. Like the 5-minute retracement is obviously gonna be a lot better. The 10-minute retracement will be a lot better than just the hell's that candle? Yeah, I started my degree at 17. I finished at 21. Realistically, you should bring the stop to 2389. You should bring the stop here. I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I'm not gonna do it because I am chasing profits. I'm gonna be completely honest. But if you want to do the logical thing, if it comes here, it's more likely to come down than up. I'm willing to take that risk. That's what I'm saying right now. But if price trades at this price level again, 23839, it's more likely to come stop me out than it is to take my profit level. But I'm willing to take that risk because the potential is worth it, if that makes sense. So it's up to you what you want to do. Would you go to Sejep? I don't know what Sejep is. Funny how we go to university to get a degree just to look at candles all day? Yeah. I always say like I wish I started trading earlier, but I met my girl in my degree, so definitely worth. Yeah, I'm very active on Discord. That's where you should message me. That's what I'm thinking too, Bison. Gatie got a buy order at 1 minute unmitigated FEG. Down here, that's not my style of trading. Can it go there and reject? Yeah, of course. It's just not my style. I really don't like leaving orders at fair value gaps anymore. Thoughts on using payout money to gamble online? That's probably not a good idea, bro. Don't you think you'd have a better chance just gambling like a trade or something? Does Jackson Hole Symposium impact on the hobby? Because yes, it normally does. How's the girlfriend to trading ratio? Good question, bro. I think it used to be worse for my girlfriend. I feel like it used to be like 80 trading, 20, but I think it's been better recently because I don't have to put as much effort in. I would say 50-50 now. After all the content I have to make and edit clips and whatnot. In my position, would you go to college or grade 12 if I'm making money in trading? I wouldn't go to either, bro, if I'm being honest. If I could go back, I wouldn't go to college. We started with 4 micros on this trade. I don't have a full-time job, no. I haven't worked in a long time. Well, this is my full-time job. You don't have to lie to us. You really have a girlfriend or is it a boyfriend? Girlfriend stream? I'm not doing a girlfriend stream. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. But I feel like there's a lot of traders out there that like just post their girlfriends in like bikinis and shit to try to flex their lifestyle. I feel like to me that's really weird. But I don't know. When are you doing an IRL stream? This is real life, bro. At what point in your training journey did you decide to quit your job? Before I even started, bro. You're unemployed. Can I get a shout out? I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. What the fuck? Who does that? A lot of people do, bro. How much do you make off trading in a month? Like approximately? Depends on the month. Right now, like it depends. Sometimes zero, sometimes big, you know? So I honestly can't give you a really good number. You're gonna have to ask me when I'm, consistently trading a live account. Like some months I don't get payouts. Some months I get 4 payouts. July and August, right now, we're at 5 payouts in July and August. But in June we made $0. In June we were like minus $400. Obviously, like some other small, what's it called? Was June my worst month this year? No. I don't remember what it was. June wasn't actually that bad. Yeah, we took 75% of the position off. This is a runner. Above 10K this month? Yeah, last month was, yeah. Although I don't really like talking about how much I make. What was your best month? Last month was my best month this year. You're a crypto trader or Forex? Neither, bro. I trade futures. What do you look for after 9:30 when trading? I look for my model that supports my draw. That's it. Once I have my draw, I sit there and wait for my 4 criteria. This PA is crazy. I'd be pretty surprised if we don't take that high. We'll see. What crypto? I don't trade crypto. Last month was your last. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Last month, I don't know why it was my best. Last month, I feel like the old me would have really struggled, but I managed risk really well. And when we won, we won, and that's literally the only reason it was a good month for me. But I agree with you. Last month was really difficult. Please make the candles go up, brother. They may go up, they may go down. It doesn't really matter what happens in this trade. Didn't you had the losing streak last month? Near the end of the month, I think. But at that point, we already requested payouts. But I don't remember. I could check my TradeZella. It also gets confusing because I'm account cycling. So maybe we lost a couple on one account, or we lost on evals. But like last month, we got several payouts. So you asked me how much I made on, and you asked me for the month, right? I do have a TradeZella code. Yeah, I would appreciate it if you used it. Well, that sounds kind of greedy, but like, message me on Discord, David, and I will tell you how much I made last month if you want to know. Did you quit your job yet? I quit my job before I got my first payout, bro. I just saved up a bunch of money and I was like, let's go all in. I did not make 350K. That would be crazy, bro. I'm not that. I'm just a regular guy, man. How long did it take for you to get your first payout after I started trying to get my first one? If we closed above here, it could be a good re-entry to here. But then again, that order block failed 3 times. So it's up to you. It's getting quite choppy now. I'm close to having 4 XFAs. Any advice? Make a plan and stick to it. Just gotta make a plan with them. My sister kept asking me when is Gatie gonna go live again for the whole day today. Yeah, that's weird, bro. How long did it take for you to after you? Once I got my first. I'll tell you guys the story. I got my first ever evaluation account January 1st, 2024. January 1st, 2024. That's when I purchased my first ever eval. I was very close to passing that eval, but I blew it all in one day, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is what they meant by trading psychology." I then got 2 more evals and did the exact same thing again. And then I was like, "Oh, this is what they meant by trading psychology." And then the next eval, I passed that one. That whole process took 1 month. So I passed my first ever eval January 31st, 2024, and it was with Top Step. At that time, I was risking $500 per trade on evals. And then, after I passed that one, I got 4 winning days, and I was up $2,000 on the account. I blew it all in one day. I was 1 day away from the same thing that happened on eval, where I was like 1 trade from passing. I was 1 day from payout, and I blew it all. And then I was so devastated because I was like, fuck me. I literally did this on eval 3 times, and I'm doing it again right now on the funded. And then the next funded I got, after that, it took me a while, but I got the payout in March. I have the same issues as what you did. What did you do? It's been a process. I learned a couple things along the way. I learned that you cannot avoid tilts and breaking rules. I don't think that's something you can completely avoid. I think even the most successful traders in the world, at some point in their trading, in the month or the week or the quarter, they go on tilt and they take a trade they're not supposed to, or they risk too much. The difference is they recover every single time and they don't blow up. So I realized I need to stop telling myself, "Oh, don't break rules, follow your rules so hard," and tell myself that if I mess up, I need to make sure I can recover. Why would you change the prop firm? Alpha Futures wasn't released at that time. Once Alpha Futures released, I'm gonna be honest, trading got even easier. Payouts became really easy. But Top Step's a great choice. Just for me, Alpha Futures better. You must be worth more than $100,000 now from trading? You asked me if I've pulled $100,000 out of the markets? Is that what you're asking me? I have not pulled $100,000. We're getting there. We're pretty close if you include my investments in stocks. But no, I have not. Probably by the end of the year, though. Can you point out the order block on this chart, please? The first order block is here. Every single other order block failed. This one might form right now. Yeah, this is, what is this? Someone said consolidation of doom. What was your biggest payout? Yeah, don't worry about that. I'd rather not share. And the reason I don't want to share is because if I ever tell you guys about my subsequent my next future payouts, I feel like that just adds pressure and expectation. And I don't want people to have expectations. But I've gotten payouts in the 4. I've never gotten a 5-figure payout. I am working towards a 5-figure payout now. I don't know if we'll get it. We may blow the accounts. I'll be straight up with you guys. We're 33% of the way there. If this trade hits full TP, we'll be more than half of the way there. What is the difference between normal alpha capital and alpha future? Alpha capital is for Forex. Alpha futures is for futures. Different asset class. Don't you think we're going to collect orders at 23776? 766? If we're bearish, yeah, we'll probably go there. Would you ever do a variety stream in YouTube when you move to Discord? What's a variety stream? It took me 3 months, Eunice. It took me 3 months. After all the blowing and tilting and... How regular can you request payouts on your firm? Why do you prefer out? Okay, let's go question by question. I don't know what a variety stream is. That's number 1. Number 2, how regular can you request? Depends what account you have. On one of the accounts, it's every week, minimum, or sorry, minimum every week. The other one is every 2 weeks. Is Apex trustful? Yes, they will pay you out. Just make sure you read the rules, follow them, they will pay you out. Bro, I'm in drawdown about 1% and saying that I can't recover that drawdown and have a feeling that I will fail this evaluation. What should I do? If you believe you're going to fail, then you might as well quit. Because there's no way you're going to be successful if you don't even think that you can do it. It's impossible. Got my first payout today. Nice, bro. Amir Gatti, can you explain how to get beautiful every day? I wash my hair in the morning, and that's it, bro. How long did it take? Yeah, it took me 3 months total. It took me 2.5 years. I mean, listen, my first payout in all retrospect means absolutely nothing. It genuinely means absolutely nothing. And in my opinion, a payout means absolutely nothing. So I wish I knew that earlier. Because in the beginning, I was only thinking about getting a payout. I was like, oh man, if I get a payout, everything's gonna be easier. I just want one payout. I need this payout. In the grand scheme of things, a payout doesn't really mean much. Why do you prefer alpha over top step? Great question. On alpha futures, I do not need to get a buffer on the account to request a payout. This basically means all I need to do is get net 3 winning days to request a payout. Can you explain what happens after you take out 5 payouts? They close your XFA account. With Top Step, they will move you to a live account. What are important rules in Apex? Can you explain quick? The main 3 are 30% consistency. I mean, that's the main one. Then the next one is you need, is it 3 winning days or 5? On the 0 account, you need a minimum of 5. On the standard, you need a minimum of 3. But if you make too much money on one of those days for the standard, then you need more. You hate the consistency rule. I also used to hate consistency rule, and then I realized every single time my wins are not consistent, it usually means I'm over leveraging or over trading. Because in backtest, all my wins are usually consistent anyways. Sure, sometimes we get a really nice big trade, but let's be real. If you're not 40% consistent, you're probably over leveraging some of your trades. Because even if you, like, bro, even if you hit 2R, 3R, 1.5R, 2R, and then you get like a nice 5, 6R, that's still consistent. But if you're like 1R, 2R, 3R, 15R, bro, you probably over leverage that trade, let's be honest. Why do you need more than one account? Me, I don't go for large payouts. I would prefer multiple accounts with small payouts. That's number 1. Option 2, well, the more accounts, the more money you can make, right? So pass my eval, nice, Manny. Then what is your goal in trading? My goal in trading is to become the best trader I can possibly be. I want to be a very good trader. I want to learn every single day about markets that I've never even looked at. I've lost 12,000. How do I recover? You recover one step at a time, bro. When you fall down the steps, you don't try to jump 5 steps up. You still have to go one step at a time. That's a good analogy. Think about it. If you try to rush the process and you jump up step, like you try to jump 5 steps, of course you're going to fall back to step 1. But you have to. The only way to get up the stairs is one step at a time. Can you buy contracts on multiple accounts with one click? Yes. What's your prop firm name? I use Alpha Futures. Who's your idol? No idol. What kind of R do you use most? Most is 1 to 2. Is Alpha strict on rules? I mean, the rules aren't hard, but yeah, you have to follow them, if that's what you're saying. Are you trying to sign with Alpha after 5 payouts? I don't know if you have to get 5 on the same account. I've never gotten 5 on the same account. I have gotten multiple with same accounts. I've gotten more than 5 payouts, but they haven't moved me to live because it's different accounts, right? I don't know how it works. I think you need 5 on the same account. Do I want to get moved to live? I mean, this will be my last payout on these accounts anyways, because I'm going to be blowing them or getting a... Regardless of whether I get the payout or not, this will be my last run on these accounts. Most of the trades I have are between 1 to 2R. Most of them. But some of them are more. Please target the effigy down below. Yeah, I mean, it's here. My stop's at the bottom of it. Don't know if it'll hold. This would be your OB if it forms. This is micros. I trade micros. Do you think Trump putting meeting will today influence? It'll probably give some volatility. Why not live account? What is the difference? Why your last run? Because my accounts are different sizes, I want to get the same size accounts. And the only way I can do that is if I blow. Yeah, looks like the last runner won't make TP. But it was a good run. It was a nice run. But writing my streams of random category is not trading. Random category. What's the criteria of a random category? Like, what's a random category to you? I've been holding this one for a while. Might get stopped shortly. I'm not doing a hot tub stream. I mean, yeah, I'm not doing a hot tub stream, bro. Oh, there's our runner stopped out there. Would I look for a re-entry? If this gets respected, and we inverse this, I'll re-enter. That was a long one. If this inverses, yeah, I'll re-enter. It'll be a 1050 macro idea. You need more practice, Ahmed. More conviction. I don't trade anything else other than micro Nasdaq. Holy entry. I didn't enter this trade yet. It has to get above the inversion. The tape rate idea, 21 points, 40. 2 micros on that. Risk the profits. 3 p.m. This is 10 a.m., bro. I don't know where you live. This is a 10 a.m. candle, though. This guy said we're targeting 3 p.m. data low. Hey, Getty, I have lack of focus. How can I fix that? It may just be a genetic thing, bro. I don't necessarily think you have to fix it, but you have to find a way to make it not influence your trading. Do you trade PM if you win during it? Yep, I'll trade. I don't really care. Win or lose, model's the same, right? Now, if I was one day from a payout and I just took a win and I'm eligible, yeah, I'm not going to risk my profits. That's a little bit different. We'll see if this OTE gets respected or not. No shorts today. Only longs. Oh, a day away from payout. Yeah, just wait till. I mean, it's hard to tell. It depends how you trade. Like if it was me and you didn't, did you trade today? Like I'd probably look for 1 hour in the PM session. I feel like that's a high hit rate for me, and if I needed 1 day or payout, it's probably my best odds. OTE is optimal trade entry. Retracement of the dealing range or the current range. 701. This is optimal trade entry. You're struggling to pass. First things first, you have to make sure you have a model that allows you to pass. Maybe not every time, but at least sometimes. So that's how you got to do your backtesting. That you find that in backtest, not in actual markets. You got to backtest. Figure out if what you have can work. Even if it works a little bit, that's fine because you can improve on it. If you're down 1K on both fundeds, what will you do? Keep trading, bro. That's it. Anytime if I have to watch ICT, I get distracted easily and procrastinate the work. It's hard for me to give you advice because I was just so excited and passionate about it that I never did that. I wanted to, like, I wanted to go home. My friends would be out. I would want to go home and watch ICT and take notes and backtest. Like, that was what I wanted to do. So, like, I was sad that I had to go to sleep because I was tired because I wanted to keep watching and backtest. I was like, so I really can't give you advice, but find the willpower, I guess. Find the motivation. We took one trade. It was a winner. I'm looking to re-enter now. I'm profitable in live markets, but not backtesting. Yeah, I mean, at first I was better at backtesting, but I'm definitely better at trading live markets as well. Just because you see everything more clear. Like, you see every single candle. You get way more information. We hit TP on the trade that we took. Oh, we took one loss and then we took one win. Profitable live and not back. I mean, I'm profitable in both. I want to make that very clear. But I do better in live. Like for example, in backtest, I never go on like win streaks. But in live markets, I definitely do, and I think that definitely has to do with just going on the zone, going in the zone. You just got to get locked in sometimes. I can show the executions. We got in long here, immediately stopped out, re-entered, partial, partial. Last one stopped out in slight profit. And now I'm looking for a re-entry long. I rarely have red days, but you overtrade. Well, then you know exactly what you need to do, bro. You got to find the discipline. You got to start being able to do what you know you're supposed to do, even though you don't want to. That's probably what it is, Zan. But it's also an information thing. Like when I'm trading live, I have way more information than I do in backtest because I'm just lazy. I don't want to spend, 10, 15 minutes watching the candles print, taking note of every single candle's delivery. When you're watching it live, you have to take note of every single candle delivery because you're watching it. And the risk, exactly what it was before. Altman, exactly what it was before. You only trade kill zones. I can trade any hour of the day. My model does not change, but primarily 95% of the time, you'll see me execute from 9:30 to 11:30, or you'll see me execute from 2 to 3 p.m. Those two key times are where most of my executions come from. How much did you earn from trading and how long of trading? I've made a good amount of money from trading. Nothing crazy. Not enough to move out and buy a house yet. I've only been trading for 2-ish years, but I've made good money. Definitely have made a lot more than I've lost. One information, you only see candles? Every candle gives you information, brother. Long at 1026. Is that here? That's not a bad long at all. You might have wanted to wait for the fair value gap to get tapped. This one. Oh, it did get tapped and then closed above 1020. That's a good long. Okay, that's a good long. ES just has low of day. I was thinking about that. It has low of day. It has previous day's low, which is currently SMT'd. I don't know if it'll get there. We need to see change your bias. I wouldn't change my bias. If we get below this low, I would change my bias. But if we get below this low, it wouldn't be expecting a sell-off. If we get below this low, I think it's just a dead session. Like, it's done. It's done what it's supposed to do, you know. When do you use the fib? Always. You're live next week, every day, brother. Is TGR all you need? I've never watched a TGR video, so I don't know. What would you say your win rate is? My trade win percentage usually hovers around 50. My daily win percentage usually around 60. Are you going long or short? I'm looking for another opportunity to get long. It may not give it to us. Do we have a 1 hour bullish OB? You could view this as an hourly bullish order block. I would just make it very simple. This is your daily order block, and we're trading at it right now. How many ICT videos were watching a day? It depended if I backtested that day or I was journaling or taking notes or tape reading. But when I first started, like, bro, let me put into retrospect how much ICT I've watched. I've seen 2022 mentorship 4.5 times. I've seen 2016 mentorship 3 times. I've seen 2024, 2025, his Forex series, his OTE primer series, his charter content series, his market maker series, real trading, real results series, his OTE series, all the 2023 lectures, which were probably one of his best stuff to watch, to be honest, although they were really boring. Yeah, I've seen all that stuff. How long did that take? I don't know. I don't even remember how long it took. But his best, after seeing everything, the things I'm most grateful for is firstly 2022, and secondly is his price action reviews. Those were phenomenal because you just don't get that value anywhere else. What's the biggest advice you would give Gatie 2 years ago that would help you get profitable quicker? Great fucking question, bro, because there's a lot of things I wish I knew 2 years ago. The main one being is you got to stop chasing the payout. You have to stop thinking about how much money I'm going to make or need to make or should make. Stop drawing the risk to reward tool and saying, I hope we can get here or there. Forget all that. You need to focus on good trading. That's it. That's all you can do. You focus on execution, not profits. I wish I told myself that. That's number one. Number two, I wish I just told myself again how important, how important cutting losses are to me. The only reason I'm really profitable is because I cut my losses. That's the number one biggest thing. The number one biggest thing. I wish I told my old self that if I were to just focus more on reducing my stop loss and cutting losses, that I would be a lot more successful. I wish I could go back and tell my old self that. Yeah, I mean, everything that I use from ICT, I use pretty much every day, right? I talk about it every day. Can you show us the 15-second real quick? Yeah. This is the 15-second currently. I do stream every day, yes. Are you profitable? I would say so, but I'm sure some people would disagree. How long should I paper trade and be consistent and be profitable before moving to a prop firm? The best answer I can give you is once you pass an eval on demo and get a payout on demo, following whatever rules you put yourself with, that's when you should move. Is Top Step or Alpha futures better than Apex, or are they the same? They're all different. It depends what you're going for. If you're going for your first couple payouts, in my opinion, Alpha futures is the best. If you want to go for a large payout with many accounts, Apex is your best firm because you can get 20 accounts with them. Top Step's like a good middle ground. Top Step's just like a really solid, good firm. The payouts are not easier than Alpha, but they're still pretty easy. They have good, decent rules. Top Step's like a just solid pick. If it was me giving my potential opinion, I would say start with Alpha, then move to the other ones, because you'll get your payouts first with Alpha. Which one is more important to analyze, losing or trading or win? Losses, for sure, losses. Repeatable mistakes. A lot of losses are just from simply mistakes that you're repeating. Gaddy, if you take a winning trade in AM, you don't. I will also trade PM today, if I'm free. What are you saying about Apex? Apex is the best firm to scale your trading with, because you can get 20 accounts. But it's not an easy firm to get payout with, so you have to scale. Say once you start making some money from trading, that's when you probably want to start getting into Apex. This will probably take the sell side here, but it's hard to say. Are you Christian? I'm not Christian, I'm Muslim. What's your trading strategy? What conferences do you use and what do you look for? I'm going to be honest. You should just, if you really want to know, you should just watch my model video on YouTube. It's probably the best thing. I trade the power of 3. I look to capture the range expansion of any higher time frame candle open. Whether that means buying below its open, selling above its high, or selling above the open, or buying below the low. Whether that means trading a protraction model after that low is set or high is set. Either or trading something right off the open. Classic model. 3 setups. We took 1 trade so far, or 2 trades so far. 1 hour model video, that's also on YouTube. That low is protected. If you're really bullish, listen, if we're bullish and we're right about our narrative, that low shouldn't be taken. If it's bearish, then that low is definitely going to get taken. You're good, Kuzi. Let me know if you have any questions, bro. Not the only one person caught the retracement long. This was a retracement long? How much did you make from that long? And what made you decide to get out there? I don't know how much I made. I don't want to know how much I made. I don't want to know my balance. We made probably around 1.75 R. No, more. Like 2.25 R. What made me get out there? This is a premium inside the opening range gap. And then above this high. Inside the opening range gap. And then I had a runner that got stopped out in profit. What's the benefit of your private mentorship? I don't really have a private mentorship, bro. I'm going to be honest. I have a group of 20 to 25 individuals who all work really hard in supporting each other and being accountable, doing reviews, studying, journaling, outlooks, backtesting. We do all that stuff together. We just look to improve together under my guidance. There's also lectures in there for anyone who's brand new and wants to learn how I trade. I wouldn't call it a private mentorship. If it was a private mentorship, I would be doing a lot more. Good question. I didn't run that hard yesterday, but my back is better. I think it's getting better. 2 trades today. Have you ever blown a challenge past funded accounts after payout? What was the problem and how can you continue without blowing them? Have you ever blown challenge past funded? Wait, I don't understand what you're saying. Have you ever blown challenge past funded accounts after payout? What was the problem and how? I don't understand your question. Can you try rewording it? Which one is the more? Yeah. It doesn't look like we'll continue higher. So we fell short. That's why we take partials, man. Because you never know if it's going to make it to your objective. I've definitely blown a funded account before, if that's what you're asking. Multiple. That would be kind of crazy. Imagine I was on the same accounts as day 1 from January 31st. Is price going to go down to the low? I would assume so. At least on the S&P. Whether NASDAQ does or not, it's hard to say. How do you know which low needs to hold to stay with your bias? Because if we were bullish caddy pan, we'd be forming protraction models long. Not protraction models short. The fact that we didn't get a protraction model here, I know it's probably going to take this low. This is a probability thing, right? Remember when I said earlier, if you guys remember in the live stream, I said you could put your stop loss right here because if price comes and takes out this level, at that point in time, if price reaches this level after it closes here, it's more likely to come down than to go up. It's no longer in your probability that it's going to continue higher. But I was willing to take the risk with one micro runner at break even, you know? So that was a decision I decided to make. But that's the idea. So right now, looking at this, currently it's more probable to go down. That's just me following basic concept of my protraction. That's it. Live funded account? Yeah, multiple times, bro. I've blown many live funded accounts. Like not live personal accounts, but like with prop firms, funded accounts, yeah. All the time, man. Usually I get a payout before I blow one, but sometimes no. There was one time, last year in August, let me tell you guys a story. Last year in August, I passed 5 Top Step 50Ks. Last year, August. I lost 5 trades. Well, I lost 4 trades in a row on those funded accounts. And then I tilted and like pretty much blew the accounts. I lost 4 trades in a row. The 5th one I over leveraged and lost. And then I just like full ported and lost all 5 accounts. You know how devastating that was? Like went on a 5 losing streak. The 5th trade though was like over leveraged. And then I was like, fuck these accounts. That was a Canon event, yeah. That was Jackson Hole Symposium week, I think. It was the last 2 weeks of August last year, I believe. Or maybe the first 2 weeks, I don't know. Bro, the only time I'm injured, the whole group wants to hoop. That's so shit, bro. I literally know how you feel, bro. How was the day? We're up. It was good. Not a bad day. Didn't get the full reversal, but partials paid. Could we take that low, tap in the daily or block and maybe break header for a long entry? Possible, but I wouldn't use that narrative. If we take out this low and start moving higher, it's not because we're bullish and gonna reverse. It's most likely because we're seek and destroy, and that means whenever we're in discount, we're probably gonna move higher. Looking like a seek and destroy, like it's looking like it's gonna stay range bound, and there's not gonna be any significant runs higher or lower. If that's the narrative, then if we take out discount arrays, you can look for long, targeting back into the range. I don't know, 1R, 2R. How can you manage to make it consistent? I pass the account, make 4 payout, then blow it. 4 payouts is great, bro. What more do you want? That's like amazing. Think about the return on your investment, bro. That's like great. Do you recommend Top Step or Alpha? If you're going for your first couple of payouts, Alpha. There's only one pro that matters. Getting a payout is easier than it is on Top Step. Once you get those payouts, if you hate the firm, leave them, trade Top Step. Just, in my opinion, start with Alpha because the payouts are easier. That's it. Thoughts on my fund and futures? Great firm. Don't think so. I don't use them, but good firm. What you trading? Micro NASDAQ, but it looks like it's probably a dead session now. We did not get a continuation long. What about funded next futures? I've never tried them, but I'm sure they're good because their Forex is good. Put some shorts. It could go lower. I would assume it would go lower if I had to guess. Or anticipate. Put some shorts in? No, I'm not doing that. Is there an activation fee on Alpha? If you get a 0 account, no. If you get a standard account, yes. You can make more money on a standard account, but it's more expensive. 0 account's cheaper, but you can make less money. 39 points under New York low with an open FED. I think that is taking the low probability. That's a good thing to look for, Achieve Mindset. Look for objectives below the sell side. How much lower below this low can we go? Well, there's your answer, right? Come on, just put a short. I'm not going to put in a short. Do you only ever trade NQ or sometimes yes? Always NQ. For like 99.99% time, NQ. New York AM is over. If I wanted to, I can't. Nice, bro. Well, boys, we had a pretty good trading week. Our payout hit the bank yesterday, which is good. Anything else I want to cover? If you use my code, let me know. You can join the giveaway. Besides that, I think that's it. I will be trading PM session, looking for my 1 hour model. If I can, I might be doing so at the gym, but if I can, I will. I appreciate you guys coming through. We had a good week. This was a great trading week. Not in terms of price action, but we were on side every time this week, and it was pretty good. Really good reviews, good studies, good management. We didn't hesitate at all this week. So very happy with this week. Do the same thing next week. I will see you guys Monday, exact same time, exact same every single day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. I appreciate you guys coming through, and I'll see you guys then. All right, moving up now. All right, my last thing before I go. I probably still expect it to move lower. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, we did close below the body. 15-minute OB there. It's probably going to take that low. I mean, if we get the 15-minute OB and still fail, if we don't take this low, it's going to be a very high resistance session. I don't even think it's worth trading it at that point. Because that's a pretty clean 15-minute order block. I mean, we retraced to the 15-minute gap, and we came down and closed below. So, 10 a.m. wick. Yeah, that's a wick and a half. Look at that immediate rebalance and then, woo. Yeah, anyways, I would expect it to go lower. That's my final objective, would be this low. I'm not going to trade it, but you can if you want. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.